Hello, second grade Smarties, and welcome to iReady Lesson 12, comparing three-digit numbers. So the past couple lessons, we have been talking about three-digit numbers, understanding that three-digit numbers means that we have a digit in the hundreds place, the tens place, and the ones place. So today, we are going to introduce comparing three-digit numbers. So that means figuring out if I have two three-digit numbers, which number is greater than the other number? So I like to think about this with Skittles because Skittles is one of my favorite candies. So would I rather have 552 Skittles or 252 Skittles? I would so rather have 552 Skittles, right? But anyways, we're going to talk about that this week with lesson 12. So we are on page 104 and 105 today in our instruction book. So pause the video to go ahead and get open to that page, and then we will get started on this together. All right, so we are going to start with the word problem that we have. It says that Kim and John tossed beanbags at a target. What is the greatest number each person can make using the digits they landed on? Whose number has more hundreds? So let's look at Kim. Kim's beanbags landed on a 1, a 2, and a 4. So here's what I'm going to do. It wants us to make a number using those digits. So I'm going to make a hundreds, tens, and ones chart for Kim. I'm going to write Kim up here. And I'm going to make one for John too. So John has a hundred, tens, and ones chart too. So looking at the digits that we have three digits. So that means we can make a three-digit number. Which of the digits is the biggest number? 1, 2, or 4? 4 is our biggest digit. So we can put the 4 in the hundreds place. Because remember, in our hundreds, tens, and ones, hundreds is the greatest place. Okay, so we could have 400s. So what would be the next greatest digit? Which one would be bigger, 2 or 1? Think about Skittles. Would you rather have 2 Skittles or just 1 Skittles? I'd rather have 2 Skittles. So I have 4 hundreds, 2 tens, and 1 1. So that is the greatest number that we could make. Okay, for John, he had 2 bean bags that landed on the targets. Looking at the targets, we have a bean bag on a 7 and a 9. If we only have 2 bean bags on the board, how many digits what kind of number can we have? Can we have a 3-digit number? No, because there's only 2 digits. So we are going to have a number that has a digit in the tens place and the ones place. Which digit is bigger? Would you rather have 7 Skittles or 9 Skittles? I'd rather have 9 Skittles. So I can't put it in the hundreds. So I'm going to put a 0 here. In my tens place, I'm going to have 9 tens and 7 ones. So Kim, the greatest number that Kim could make was 421. The greatest number that John could make was 97. Let's go ahead and look at letter A. It says, what is the greatest number Kim can make? Look at our hundreds, tens, and ones chart, my smarties. What number could Kim make? Using the digits, she could make the number 421. Why could she make that number? How many bean bags landed on the board? 3. She had 3 bean bags on the board. So if she had 3 bean bags on the board, that means she could make what kind of number? She could make a 3-digit number. All right, let's look at B. It says one of John's bean bags did not land on the board, so he can only use 2 numbers. What is the greatest number John can make and why? So look at our chart, Smarties. What was the greatest number that John could make? The greatest number he could make was 97. Why could he only make 97? John only had 2 bean bags. So what kind of number did he make? He made a 2-digit number. He only had 2 bean bags on the board to make, I'm going to have to write small, a 2-digit number. All right. So already looking at this, who has the greatest number? Think about Skittles or think about M&Ms or your favorite candy. Would you rather have 421 M&Ms or 97 M&Ms? Which number would be greater? So go ahead and start thinking about that. All right, letter C. It says how many hundreds and tens are in each number? In Kim's number, how many hundreds did she have? She had 4 hundreds. We can look at our hundreds, tens, and ones chart too. How many tens? 4 hundreds plus 2 tens. Great job, Smarties. And how many ones? 1 1. In John's number, how many hundreds did he have? He had 0 hundreds because he only had 2 digits to work with. In our tens, how many tens did John have? He had 9 tens. And how many ones? 7 ones. So if we are going to compare the numbers, that means we are going to find what could be the same or what could be different. Comparing means that we are finding what is the same and what is different. Compare the numbers. Which has more hundreds? Which number has more hundreds? So look at the hundreds place. Which number has more hundreds? Kim's number, right? So 421. Okay, it says when you compare numbers, always start with the greatest place value. Compare the digits in each place. So when we are comparing numbers, we want to start with comparing the hundreds. So just like what I was saying earlier, if we were going to have 97 Skittles and 421 Skittles, we would start by looking at the hundreds place. So in 97, we have 0 hundreds. In 421, we have 400s. So 400s is greater than 0 hundreds. The number with more hundreds is greater. So 421 is greater than 97. So when we are comparing numbers, we use symbols. We have, this is the less than symbol, the greater than symbol, and the equal sign. Remember, equal means same as. And in first grade, Miss Mason used to teach first grade. I like to think, and so does iReady, of these symbols like an alligator's mouth. And I give the alligator a name. His name is Allie. So when we see this symbol, Allie is opening his mouth to the greater number, to the bigger number, because Allie really wants the biggest number of Skittles. Yes, Allie the alligator loves Skittles. So Allie wants to eat the biggest number of Skittles that he can. So his mouth always opens to the greater number. So when it is open to the greater number and it's starting with the smaller number, we would say 97 is less than 421 because Allie's mouth was open to the greater number. When Allie's mouth is open first to the greater number, we would say 421 is greater than 97. Remember, Allie always wants to eat the greater number. He wants the most Skittles he can get. All right, so we are going to be exploring some more with Allie throughout this week. And I want you to start thinking about what place you always need to start with when comparing numbers. Hint, hint, it is the hundreds place. All right, let's look at number 1 for reflect. It says, why is a 3-digit number always greater than a 2-digit number? We kind of talked about that up here. Why is a 3-digit number always greater than a 2-digit number? So think about 421. Okay, we talked about how it had 4 hundreds, 2 tens, and 1 1. If I were to draw that, I would have 4 hundreds, 2 tens, and 1 1. If I were to compare that to 97, so 97 is a 2-digit number, that would be 9 tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 2 ones. So why is a 3-digit number always greater than a 2-digit number? Look at our models. What is different about the model with the 3-digit number and the model with the 2-digit number? The 3-digit number has what? It has hundreds. The 3-digit number has the place value of hundreds. So it is always greater than a 2-digit number because it has the place value of hundreds. 2-digit numbers only have the greatest place value of the tens place. The greatest place value in a 3-digit number is the hundreds place. So the 3-digit number has the place value of hundreds. All right, Smarties, as always, I want you to keep that growth mindset. Good learners do hard things. And remember, when we are learning about 3-digit numbers, it's so important to think about the value of those digits. All right, Smarties, I will see you tomorrow with another lesson comparing 3-digit numbers. Happy learning!